I think all of these shows should have been canceled.
I'm here to raise my voice along with so many others to say that I believe the 27 women who accused Bill Cosby of sexually assaulting them.
Now, some protesters braved frigid temperatures in Kitchener, Ontario last night, but the show went on. Bill Cosby even received a standing ovation after his first live performance since November, and the allegations against him started. Cosby kicked off his 3-day Canadian tour last night. He'll perform in London, Ontario tonight. That's where we find Gina Phillips, who was also at last night's show. Gina, so the protesters outside, at least a few of them, was it a large crowd of protesters? Fill us in on that.
No, there was only about 15 of them. They were very loud, chanting things like rape is not a punchline. They were pretty rowdy, but I mean, a small group compared to the hundreds that were supposedly supposed to join us.
Okay, and temperatures may have had something to do with that. Like today, yesterday was a frigid day, a lot of blowing wind. I'm guessing that may have been a factor.
Yeah, I think it was, but I mean, they still tried to stop people from going in. They blocked the entrance just briefly, but there was a lot of security and a lot of police around, just like we're hearing there's going to be at today's show. So because of that, they were pushed back, and really they just, were trying to jeer at those walking into the show, but they had very little effect, and it was a lot less dramatic than I anticipated.
Now, there had been talk of
coming.
Just a second. There had been talk that the show would be interrupted by protesters that had bought seats. Did that happen?
No, it didn't happen at all. In fact, there were no hecklers inside. There were, a lot of seats were empty. I did notice that. Only about 50 to 75% of the seats were actually filled. So it seems like people just didn't decide to show up instead of staying and heckling. So yeah, it was very calm. Lots of huge fans of Cosby's. He got laughs throughout. And as you said, he got a standing ovation. And then when the show was over, not only did Cosby leave very pleased. Cameras caught him leaving with a smile on his face. But the crowd came out, and despite the protesters yelling at them, kept saying, innocent until proven guilty. Take a look at this reaction.
It was great. It was 90% full. Their protest failed.
It was a good show. I mean, the allegations against them will always be there, and and right now they're only allegations. But as far as the showmanship, he did a standing job.
Oh, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was very funny. I'm glad I came.
All right, so, innocent until proven guilty. That's the way our system is supposed to work. I did notice that the guy at the beginning saying, the protester saying that the show should have been canceled. He was wearing an ETFO hat, English Teachers Federation of Ontario. So it is a difficult line, but obviously, even if it was 75% full, as you say, with in a 2,000-seat theater, that's a significant crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, there are a lot of families there, but predominantly people over the age of about 60. And so these are diehard Cosby fans that had just a fantastic time. And like you said about the unions, you mentioned them, they're actually expected to show up tonight to protest at Budweiser Gardens. I'm standing right in front of it here. And right where I'm standing is where 400 protesters are supposed to be. And so we're expecting a larger protest tonight. And I'm hoping that just because there weren't hecklers and the show went over so smoothly yesterday, I hope that doesn't push people to kind of be more belligerent tonight or do more of a disruption just because they want to prove their point and get that into the media.
If that will happen anywhere, I'm going to suggest that it'll happen in Hamilton on Friday at my hometown, just because I know the city and I know the way it can go. They have a long relationship with Bill Cosby, but it's also a bit of a town known for its protests. Gina, thanks so much, and go get warm and take in the show tonight. Let us know tomorrow what happened. Email us your thoughts on Cosby and what's going on. This is attracting international attention as well. Media outlets from the States showing up in London to see what's happening. Email us your thoughts. Byline@sunmedia.ca.